Let's go.
Whoa! Welcome back to another edition of the Bucket Discussions podcast. This is the podcast where we're going to be on the stat sheet. We're going to be on the narratives to bring all that real, authentic, far sports conversation. It's your boy Taj James, aka TJ, aka Lakers fan, Chiefs fan, 2-2-1, man. Let me go ahead and pass it to the bro Coop.
Yes, sir. What's going on, everybody? Hey, welcome back to the Bug Discussions podcast. It is the man, Jay Coop, man. You already know who it is. We are excited to get back into it, man. It's been quite some time, so, hey, man, you already know what time it is. But, hey, first, we got to make sure there ain't no church announcements, you feel me?
Church announcements, man. Most important part of church, we all know this, guys. Make sure you're tapped in with us on every platform that you listen to your podcast on, man. Whether that's Apple Podcasts, Podbean, Buzzsprout, whatever you listen to on, man. Make sure you tap in. Make sure you lock in with us. Google Podcasts, all that, man. Check us. Continue to support. Continue to be on the lookout for each and every one of our videos. Coop's going crazy. I'm going crazy with the reactions, man. Make sure you tapped in.
Yes,
Also, we know we're missing somebody right now. Integral part of the Bucket Discussions podcast. The Girls Damn Sugar, Trigger Trey, whatever you call him, man. He's missing right now, but hey, I want to shout out, bro. Tell him I'm proud of him. He's doing his thing right now. Going in college. He just joined the fraternity, so he's busy with that. So he's not probably won't be on these next few episodes, man. But he will be back soon. So just be on the lookout.
Sir. Yes, sir. He's always going to be with us in the spirits. You feel me? So.
For sure. Always part of this program, man. But hey, he don't stop no show, man. So we're gonna go and get right into it.
Yes, sir.
The NBA playoffs right around the corner, and I think we got about like a week left.
Yeah.
I'm not sure exactly how many games we have left in the season, but it's coming to a close right now, man. And it's about to pick up. So, what is Coop? I'm gonna start with you, man. What is your early impressions, man, of this year's NBA playoffs? We obviously know the West is super bunched up, man. There's a lot of teams that can still move up or move down. The East is pretty much set. I mean, there's a few teams that can go up or down, but pretty much set, man. The top seeds, the play-in. What's your thoughts on this year's playoffs, bro?
Well, obviously, like you said, bro, that Western Conference, bro, this is probably as bunched up as we've ever seen. You feel me? Like, man, I'm thinking back to like when I first got into basketball back in like 2010, 2011, 2012 time. Like, man, I've never remembered it being this like competitive with a week left. You feel me? And I feel like that play-in tournament that was implemented a couple years back, bro. I feel like this shit kind of just like enhanced that shit even more. You feel me? Like, because I mean, you think about it, bro. This time a couple of years ago, a lot of teams wouldn't have shit to play for. You feel me? Like the ninth, the 10th seed, they just wouldn't have much to play for. You feel me? But now, shit, man, you got a puncher's chance. You feel me? Especially in the Western Conference where. I mean, even with your Los Angeles Lakers, bro, they the 7th seed right now, and that's in the play-in. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? And they can be a competitive Western Conference team this year, you know what I'm saying? Especially taking on a team like the Nuggets or a team like the Kings, because like you said earlier, bro, the Western Conference is so bunched up right now, like 1-8, it's really not that far off in talent, you feel me? So there's just a lot of competitiveness going on right now. But like you said, in the Eastern Conference, most of the good teams, like at least the top 3 teams, the 76ers, the Celtics, and the Bucks, they're all pretty much separated by at least more than 2 games. The next seed is the Cavs, and they're 2 wins behind the 3rd seed in the 76ers, you feel me? So I feel like those 3 teams, the Bucks, the Celtics, and also the 76ers, man, I just feel like those teams, they kind of just – I feel like they're just automatic like title contenders, you feel me? Just I feel like people are gonna have to take those teams seriously. Even a team like the 76ers, who a lot of people over the last couple of years, even myself, have been, kind of skeptical on, just because, players like James Harden, who hasn't really showed up in big moments, and also Joel Embiid, but to his defense, he's just dealt with a lot of injuries and shit like that. But like one thing a lot of people have been waiting on, right, is a dominant Joel Embiid playoff run. You feel me? And that's something we ain't had. So I think that's something I'm really looking forward to this playoffs, is just seeing what Joel Embiid, regardless if they go far or not, I just want to see him, compete to a high level. You feel me? Because like over the last couple of years, like I said, we just seen him get banged up. You feel me? So like even last year when he got hit in the face against the Raptors and shit like that, and he was dealing with all that shit. But like James Harden too, like we talk about pressure on players. Hey, man, James Harden, man, he's got to show something. I know he's been dealing with some Achilles
My
Some
fault, bro.
Achilles.
You all,
No, go
bro.
ahead.
Does James Harden at this point in his career have any pressure? Does he have any real pressure on him?
Yeah, just because of the team he's on, and also the fact that this past offseason he was like he remember when he was saying how much credit he deserves because he took a pay cut. I feel like now that you took a pay cut and you brought in some other players and you think you're a title contender now, I feel like you're gonna have to put your money where your mouth is. At least to me personally, and I love James Harden. I think I speak for both of us because I've heard you say on this podcast too how much you love James Harden. I love James Harden, but he definitely has to prove something. I know he's older, but we got, a lot of older players in the league right now. Kawhi Leonard, he's what, 31, 32. Paul George, the whole Los Angeles Clippers have pressure on him. Kevin Durant's 35. He has Chris Paul. Like, there's a lot of older players that have pressure on him. So I feel like James Harden kind of fits that criteria a little bit. Like I said, just considering the team that he's on with Joel Embiid, who's in his prime, bro, I just feel like and they do have a good ass team. Like honestly, I feel like this might be the best Sixers team we've seen since the Jimmy Butler team. If you remember that team, you feel me? So I feel like they definitely have a lot of pressure on them. But I was gonna ask you, bro. I'm gonna send it back to you. I was gonna ask you as well on top of this question. What team are you kind of looking forward to seeing in the playoffs? Whether that's your team or whether that's a team like you think has a puncher's chance, but not a lot of other people think that. You feel me? So let me hear what you think about that.
That has a puncher's chance.
Yeah, puncher's chance. I mean, I feel like every team does, but like the team that you think is like a bottom seed or even a middle, like shit, maybe even a team like the Kings, because I know you've heard probably a lot of people talk about how the Kings might be an easy first round matchup, but hey, man, that's a good ass team. That's a good team.
Bro. I'm not thinking that at all, bro. Like when I see the Kings, obviously I think of a complete unit, and I had the opportunity to watch them play, man, in person. I'm like, they play fast.
Oh yeah, you did. So, yeah.
For an older team, if you're an older team that's coming out to playing, for example, the Lakers, I don't know if you necessarily want to, run with them boys in the first round. A team that I'm really looking forward to. This might not even be a sleeper for real, but I'm gonna say the Phoenix Suns, bro, because we haven't seen them play together. KD got hurt, and it was like his second, third game with the. It was just weird, man. But he's back now. CP3 talked about how he doesn't feel like they necessarily have that chemistry yet, and they're still working to build it. And it's just kind of weird right now, man. But that's a team I'll be nervous to play, man, in the playoffs.
Yeah,
real man. But another team, the Memphis Grizzlies in the West. I want to see. We've seen this team kind of. I don't want to use the word mature, bro, because they've been on some goofy shit, bro.
They have
last year, bro. But seeing the team just like we've seen what they did last year, man. Before, and they're just kind of building on that, man. I want to see what they can really do coming up this year, bro. They're expected to win this year. They're the 2 seed right now. We expect them to make some noise, man. Is Ja gonna ball out? Is he gonna stay the course? Is he gonna do what he needs to do, man, and just stop with all the goofy ish, man? Dylan Brooks is obviously he's doing his thing, bro. He's being a pest. Just really want to see that team come together. Desmond Bane, Jaren Jackson Jr. Like, can this team really do what we expect them to do in the playoffs, bro? They're the 2 seed. Can they get to the Western Conference Finals? Can they get to the NBA Finals, man? I want to see that. Obviously the Kings, I feel like they're playing with house money, bro, because nobody expected them to even be in this position, let alone be the third best team in the West, man. Like, nobody expected that at all.
Yeah, real shit.
And then other than that, bro, there's really no other teams in the West that I really – because obviously it's all super close and bunched up, man. Besides the top teams, bro, there's no, like, playing team that I really just think is going to make some noise or really, people are saying the Lakers, bro, and every time I hear it, I'm like, I'll listen because that's my team. But, like, it's gonna take a lot, bro, for us to really – the bracket's gonna have to fall how we like it, man. We're gonna have to get some favorable matchups, but I'm not counting on it, bro. To be honest with you, but we talked about this pre-show. Coming from where we're coming from, bro, we've been bad for damn near the whole season, bro, and even half of the season before that, bro. So just for us to be competitive again, I'm excited about it, bro. I'm just enjoying watching the Lakers basketball, bro. But I'm not gonna put expectations to, oh yeah, we're gonna go to the final. Like, nah, bro, I'm not gonna do that because we're talking about if we do, we're gonna have to need LeBron to play out of his mind. We're going to have to need AD to play out of his mind and stay consistent. And AD has not shown an ability to stay consistent. He shut us back in the bubble, but that was 3 years ago, man. So we'll see, bro. But let's go to the East. A team that I'm really looking at, bro, and it's kind of weird because I know a lot of people gave up on this team when they lost that guy right there, man, Kevin Durant, and then they lost. bro.
Okay.
Hey, they're still winning games.
Yeah.
Kel Bridges. I'm loving watching him play, bro, in Brooklyn. Shout out Brooklyn Bridges, man.
Yeah.
Still a good team, but they got a lot of depth. They just don't necessarily have like, that star guy that a lot of people be looking. You feel me?
Yeah, no, for sure.
That's the team I'm looking at, man. And then honestly, I really feel like it's gonna be a battle of the top seeds, man. We're finna see some greats go at it, man.
No, you ain't lying, bro.
I don't see anybody else in the play-in in the East really making any noise, man. There's fun teams. Obviously, shout out to the Knicks, bro. Shout out Jalen Brunson. Shout out Julius Randle. He had like a 57-point game a few weeks ago, man. Shout out to him.
And he just had an ankle sprain too recently.
Yeah, man. I mean, they're doing
But
it.
honestly, yeah, bro, you ain't lying. But honestly, I want to say real quick about the spew about the West that you just had, bro. Honestly, I totally agree with you. Like, I just feel like the top seeds in the West and obviously the East, I just feel like no one's really fucking with them. But I will say, bro, about the Lakers is, as a fan, bro, you should definitely be happy. And also, I will say this, you know how we are on this podcast, we keep it completely unbiased. I will say, bro, if you have LeBron James and a healthy Anthony Davis, you have a chance at making noise in the playoffs. It's just that simple. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of the pieces that if you guys are in the playoffs and you guys have a chance to even play any like the top seeds, you guys have a chance. You know what I'm saying? So that's how bunched up the West is. And I kind of
about D'Angelo Russell too, man. His ass stay hurt too, though. I'm like, damn.
Yeah. Bro. No, like you said, bro, a lot of pieces have to fall right, but like, bro, a lot of pieces have to fall right for a lot of other teams too. So I feel like, just like we was talking about at the beginning of the episode, bro, like the West is so bunched up that any team, if you're 1 through 8, I feel like you have a chance. Like you can't tell me if say the Lakers fall to the 8 seed and you guys match up against the Denver Nuggets, you can't tell me that you guys are about to get swept. You feel me? Like I feel like you guys have a chance in that series because I mean, who's stopping Anthony Davis? Jokic? It's definitely not going to be Jokic. You feel me? So I just feel like you guys have a puncher's chance just as much as any other team in the West. You know what I'm saying? Like even my Clippers, without Paul George, it's obviously going to be hard as fuck. That's why I can see why the Clippers would want to try to tank a little bit to get to that 6 seed, not want to play them first round because if we play the Suns first round, regardless if they have chemistry or not, I don't really see us winning that series. You feel me? Like. Especially without Paul George, bro. It's just gonna be tough. But like we were saying earlier, bro, I just feel like there's so much parity in the West that like even your Lakers, who are currently at 7 seed, I feel like you guys have as much of a chance as going to the Western Conference Finals at the minimum as much as any other team in the West. You know what I'm saying? Especially with like the additions of D'Angelo Russell. Like you said, bro, he does stay hurt, but I mean, bro, a lot of other teams are dealing with injuries as well. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like if all the pieces fall right for you guys, which they just could, I mean, look at your guys' season. It hasn't been good all year, but you guys have been lately putting it together. You know what I'm saying? So as long as you guys can keep going on that trajectory, honestly, if I was you, I'd have just as much confidence as any other fan base, for real.
Honestly, bro, I think we can agree that any team out the West that is going to come out, bro, is going to have to need, I don't want to say a lot of luck, bro, but they're going to need stuff to fall.
Some luck. Yeah, for sure.
They're going to need a good matchup, bro, because a lot of teams are going to be beating up on each other, man. And if there's a team that can get, like, some favorable matchups, man, maybe the Suns get knocked out first round, something like that, bro, something crazy to really shake it up, bro, then we'll see that team, whoever.
And that's another thing, bro. Sorry to interrupt you, but that's another thing. Think about the team that does go home first round. Think about how disappointed the fan base is going to be because they have so much pressure on them. You feel me? Like, say that Clippers and Suns matchup goes on in that first round, one of those teams are going home, and both those teams had championship expectations. You feel me? So it's like there's a lot at stake with even in the Eastern Conference. Like, say, I mean, maybe not the first round, but second round. Say the Bucks and like the 76ers play, or the Bucks and the Celtics again. One of those fan bases are going to go home hella disappointed because they had championship aspirations. Now they ask us going home in the second round. So it's about to get real bloody out here in the playoffs, bro. I ain't gonna lie, it's about to be crazy.
Hey, I'm tapped in for sure, man. I cannot wait.
Top in Houston, who touching us? I drive cars, they be roofing, just get the flush. I sent that boy out of town on the magic bus.
All right, man, let's get to this jump ball segment, man.
Let's get it, man.
Obviously, we don't have the whistle today, but let's get this jump ball jumping. First off, we missed this on the past episode, man. We want to shout out Will. Bro, been showing mad love. Who brought it to my attention, man, that you had one of our business cards and you were, posting us up on Snap, man.
Yeah.
So we appreciate that, bro, for real.
For sure, man. Hey, yeah, shout out to Will and also his brother Josh, who they both have been, pretty interactive with the channel. So I'll definitely want to shout out both y'all, but especially the man Will, like he really didn't, what I'm saying, have to do that. He just took the time out of his day to, kind of advertise our podcast a little bit. So, that's real love right there. So we appreciate you, man. Not a lot of people like that. So we appreciate you tapping in, man. Stay safe out here in Topeka, man, and just keep doing your thing, man. I see he be doing his thing with the painting. He be going crazy with that shit. So yeah, man, just stay safe on them ladders, and you know what I'm saying. Just appreciate you watching, man. Keep up.
Yes, sir, bro. And anybody from the city, obviously that's home, bro. I got mad love for the 7-8.
Yeah,
I appreciate y'all, everybody, man. But especially Will, bro. Especially unexpected like that.
Yeah,
that's kind of caught me, bro. It caught me by surprise, bro. It made my day. Like, damn, bro, posted this up on his snap, man. Like,
yeah.
Coop, did you get that to him, bro? He's like, no, I ain't give it to him. He must have found it somewhere, or he must have found it at the wall. I don't know. So
yeah,
that was dope.
I was like, damn, man, hell yeah, bro. We appreciate that, man. We need a lot of more people like that in Topeka.
Of this episode.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
I know we got a few questions, man. We can just kind of throw them out there and get into them. First off, we had the new CBA come out, and there's a few changes to some rules around the CBA. First off, I feel like this is one we all can agree on. We're talking about NBA awards and how you can qualify for them, and I feel like this is kind of like they're trying to put out a solution to the problem of players not playing enough games.
Yeah.
But I said you had to play. It's required now. You play 65 games out of the 82 to qualify for MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, Rookie of the Year, whatever award we're talking about. You have to play 65 games, man. How you feel about that?
I am completely on board with that because I'll tell you what. Right now, as a Clippers fan, I'm definitely on board with that because my guys over here don't play for shit. And I remember a while back on the podcast, my man Taj said, "Hey, man, the Clippers, man, all they live for is regular season success." And honestly, bro, I can't even say that no more because they don't even play in the regular fucking season. So it's like, damn, bro. But no, I mean, as for that rule, bro, I completely agree with it just because I just feel like it's not fair to the people that do play a lot of the games, you feel me? And I feel like a lot of the people that do play a lot of the games, people like Mikal Bridges, I'm trying to think. There's like barely any players nowadays that play almost all 82 games, so that's why it's kind of hard for me to think of them. But no, man, I think a lot of the players that do play most of the games just need a lot more recognition. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's just a role player like Mikal Bridges, who we will get into this too later because he's been on nut shit. But I just feel like there definitely needs to be a limit. You feel me? Just because, I mean, I don't know about with the all NBA teams, just because like there's a lot of superstar players that miss a lot of games, as we all know in the regular season. And I feel like when it comes to all NBA, I don't want to see like the fourth best player on a team be all first NBA just because he played, 65 plus games. But when it comes to stuff like the MVP award, the Defensive Player of the Year award and stuff like that, I definitely agree with it just because those are like career altering awards. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of players get money for you know what I'm saying? Like that's extra bread in their pockets they could be winning because you know what I'm saying, so and so didn't play that many games as him, but he still won the MVP just because he had a couple more points on his average. You know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of like I'm definitely on board with it, but I know a lot of people like I don't know. I don't see how you couldn't fuck with it. You feel me? Just because I feel like it doesn't give you a way to cheat the game. You know what I'm saying? So I'm completely on board with it, though.
Yeah, bro. I feel like this issue has been kind of just getting out of hand, bro. As far as obviously we can't penalize a player for being. If you're just hurt, bro, you're hurt. Mm-hmm. Nowadays we have there's a lot of jokes made for players that get hurt a lot, man. It just kind of comes with the territory. If you're hurt, you're hurt. But I feel like when guys are just like sitting games out, or I don't know how it works, bro. A lot of players been coming out saying, no, the teams pick these games for us and say you have to sit them. I don't know what the case is, bro, but you have healthy players just sitting out games just because. And I feel like, shout out, bro. He made a great point, Trey. He made a great point on our last episode that we recorded, man. He was talking about motherfuckers are just getting soft as hell now, bro. Like, we're sitting here and trying to, like, make up rules and, oh, we'll give you this, we'll give you that, just to play. And it's like, bro, this is your job at the end of the day. Shouldn't nobody have to incentivize you to come do your job, bro. You just do your job because it's your job. But we had players back in, and I don't want to be this guy. I'm not trying to compare eras or nothing like that, bro. But in the 90s, we're talking about less medicine, less treatment, less privileges. They was playing 82 games with no problem, bro. So it's just like, you can't tell me that, oh, we have to sit out or we have to load. I understand, bro. If you're like a LeBron or you're a Kawhi Leonard, if you're a player that's putting a lot of work in the game and you don't play, but like when I'm showing up to an NBA game, bro, and I see Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, bro, Shea Gilly, he's sitting out. De'Aaron Fox is sitting out. I'm like, bro, what are we doing? What's going on, bro? Like, what's going on? Just stuff like that is frustrating, bro. So I don't know if there was already like a limit. I feel like there kind of was as far as how many games you had to play to qualify for an award, but I think 65 feels right, man.
Yeah, I completely agree. Because that only gives you about a 17 game, differential. That only gives you 17 games to miss, and I feel like that's pretty fair. I forgot the percentage, but I think it's like but yeah, I forgot, but it gives you the player that wins that award a decent amount of games off. You know what I'm saying? 17 games, that's a decent amount of games off. But like you said, bro, I just feel like it definitely just helps. But also with, like you said, players like Kawhi, I feel like he shouldn't get off the leash so quick just because, I don't know, bro. Because like your brother said, bro, players are just getting soft. You know what I'm saying? Like the other night, the Clippers had a back-to-back. In the first game of that back-to-back, you see Kawhi Leonard play the first half, but then he doesn't play the second half because they have a back-to-back tomorrow. So it's kind of like, did he really play a back-to-back, or you know what I'm saying? So it's stuff like that. Like, I just feel like the NBA might have to do a better job about, getting on players' ass about it. But at the same time, bro, these are grown-ass players, grown-ass men that should be taking the initiative to just do what they're supposed to do. You feel me? So, and like you said, if they're hurt, they hurt. But like, if you're not really if you don't have a significant injury, bro, you should really be out there. You feel me? But I mean, it is what it is, though.
At least try to make an effort to play as many games as possible. Obviously, if you just need a day off, let's be smart about it. Let's not punish the fans and sit out a game where people are looking forward to watching a certain player play, and it's on the road, and you like, damn, you get to the game, oh, he's not playing today, he's low managing. Like, damn, that's just a real crushing feeling, man. But I really think this is just like Adam Silver being and I like Adam Silver, but I think he's a dope commish, but he's so laid back. I feel like people are kind of just taking advantage of it now, bro. Because David Stern, I'm not trying to like hype David Stern up too much, but like David Stern was not going for a lot of this stuff, bro. I feel like he wouldn't be sitting here trying to incentivize, or I feel like we're kind of coddling these players now. I feel like, bro, just get out there and play. If you can play, you can play. But if you need to sit out a game or two, bro, pick a game that's not on the road. Like, just keep it simple, bro. Let's not make this a bigger deal than it really is. Oh, we playing too much. Oh, we're doing this. Bro, just play, man. If you can play, you can play. You feel me?
I completely agree, bro.
I feel like we summed that up pretty well, man. Next up, we got the mid-season tourney. This is really something that has been frustrating me. The NBA has been trying to they've been trying to cook this up for a few years now, bro. I'm not understanding it. Like, we just talked about players not playing enough games in the 82 game regular season. Now we're gonna add a mid-season tourney, and it just really beyond that, it doesn't make sense. Like, for what? Like, what does this shit even matter? We're playing for NBA championships. Why are we gonna add a mid-season tourney? What does that do? Like, at least the play-in is like contributing to getting a team into the playoff situation where they can win a championship. What is the mid-season tourney doing? A lot of people, you get to win this much amount of money. Bro, that would be cool for All-Star Weekend. But, bro, we're talking about mid-season tourney, bro. These are millionaires, bro. We got a few billionaires in the league, bro. Like, what is winning some money going to do for them, man? This doesn't make sense. Cool, bro. What's your thoughts on it?
Honestly, bro, you summed it up pretty well. And honestly, I think we've talked about it on this podcast before. Like, I think this mid-season tournament is just completely bogus as hell. Like, it's just what's the point? Just like you said, bro, we already have players that don't play enough games, so let's go ahead and throw a whole ass mid-season tournament in the middle of the season on top of an All-Star break. Like, it's just honestly, I don't see this shit working out. I think that's actually what I said I just don't see this shit playing out. Like, they could try it a season or two or whatever they're gonna do, but like, nah, this shit isn't gonna be I just don't see it happening consistently every year. Because there's just no way, bro. There's just no way players are going for this shit. A mid-season tournament. Come on, bro. And just like you said, they get paid enough, bro. Like, I mean, there's not much else to even say about it. It's just bogus as hell. You know what I'm saying? I want to know how the players feel about it.
That's what I'm saying.
Honestly,
Hey, we'll get this shit a shot, man. We'll see. We'll see what
for
happens.
sure.
I'm not
We'll see
really.
what they say. Yeah, crazy.
I'm not really seeing, the benefit in it, man. But
Yeah,
let's go ahead and transition out of the jump ball segment. Thank you
let's
guys for
get it.
once again. Shout out Will. We appreciate you.
Sure.
So next up we got the Mavs. This is a very
Mm-hmm.
weird situation. A lot of people are quick to blame Kyrie Irving for the Mavs really falling out of playoff contention. They're the 11th seed right now, which is surprising, man. A lot of us did not see this coming when they made that move for Kyrie Irving. Cool, bro. Let us know what's going on in Dallas.
Well, I mean, shit, bro. A year after making the Western Conference Finals, and then, I mean, halfway through the season, you trade for Kyrie Irving. Of course, this team's gonna have a lot of expectations, but a lot of people got to like take a step back and realize what the Mavericks gave up in exchange to get Kyrie Irving. Like, yes, you're getting a all-time great point guard, one of the clutchest point guards in NBA history. Hit one of the clutches. I mean, you know who you're getting in Kyrie Irving. I mean, off and on the court, right? I mean, shit, as someone that's a LeBron fan, you know what you working with when he's on your team. You feel me? So, but at the same time, you also, like I said, you got to know what you gave up in exchange to get him. You gave up arguably your second best player on the team in Spencer Dinwiddie, and then you gave up your primary defender in Dorian Finney-Smith. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of just like, I mean, I don't know what Maverick fans or the Mavericks really thought was going to happen after that. Like, obviously, your defense was going to take a hit. Everyone already knew when Kyrie came to the Mavericks, the offense was going to be insane because you got Luka Doncic, you got Kyrie Irving out there facilitating the offense. And, I mean, I even remember talking to you after that Kings game. If you remember the first game I think they played together and then went to double overtime. It was like a 140-point game. You know what I'm saying? Like, that team looked good. I know they lost the game, but – so the signs look good back then, you know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of decently surprised that the team's this terrible, the 11th seed all the way from the 4th seed when they got him. But at the same time, it's kind of just like, I mean, what you really expect when you gave up your primary defender and then arguably your second best player, you know what I'm saying? And there's no one really in the lineup over 6'10" besides Christian Wood, who, like we said at the beginning of the episode, like, I just don't really see him as a rim protector. You know what I'm saying? He's just more of an offensive kind of big. You know what I'm saying? And then JaVale McGee barely gets playing time. So it's just, I don't know. Dallas, they got a lot of stuff to figure out over there. And I feel like this offseason is going to be really, really interesting to see what they do because Kyrie Irving could just as easily walk and they could have gave up all of that for nothing, or they could just try to bring him back and then try to, put some defensive pieces around Luka and Kyrie. But at the same time, bro, I feel like Luka I feel like he doesn't get off easy here either. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he deserves some of this blame, even though, like we said in the pre-show, he was telling me he was going through some awkward shit, and that's definitely true. But I feel like just everything from all the technicals he's had this season, from his body language, just from he just has to be a better superstar. He has to be a better leader. But at the same time, bro, it's just like, I don't know, man. I just feel like he's still young to the point where he still has to learn that. You know what I'm saying? Like, even LeBron wasn't the greatest leader until I'd say around 2007, 2008. You know what I'm saying? To the point where he was able to, talk to his team. And there's still certain superstars in the league right now, that don't have that leadership capability. For example, Kawhi Leonard. You know what I'm saying? So, but no, I just feel like Luka Doncic, bro. I just feel like he doesn't get off easy because I feel like some people are going to be like, well, Luka needs help. You know what I'm saying? And I was someone at the beginning of the season saying that too, but I feel like Luka is just as guilty as the front office for building this team around him. Like, he has to be a decent leader. And this is coming from a big-ass Luka fan. I love Luka, but he definitely has to take some accountability here too, you feel me? So that's pretty much how I feel about the Dallas Mavericks, though, and just everything that they've been doing. But how you feeling about the Dallas Mavericks? You feel me? How you feeling about your Lakers passing them in the standings?
Hey man, I'm sure y'all just kind of seen my reaction a little bit. I was looking up Luka Doncic's age, and it popped up and said the Mavs are considering shutting down Luka and Kyrie Irving for the season. And this is coming from Sports Illustrated, man. Not no made up source or nothing like that. Kind of caught me by surprise. I'm like, damn, they're not even gonna try to make a push for the playoffs. Not even
makes sense though. Yeah, it makes sense in the place they're in now. You know what I'm saying? Just go and get that draft pick and see what they can do next year, I guess. I don't know.
Hey man,
That's
I mean,
tough.
it's a real weird situation because obviously when they made this move, we had expectations. Even before they made the move, we had expectations for the Mavs to. They're always going to be in contention with Luka Doncic.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I don't want to give him too much of a pass because I know a lot of people are trying to blame Kyrie Irving now, but like
Mm-hmm.
Luka been carrying, bro. He's been carrying the Mavs for years now, man.
Years. Yeah,
Yeah.
years.
Teams that shouldn't have been nowhere near where they were in the playoffs, he's been carrying them. So I'm like, I feel like Luka may be obviously off the court stuff, but he may be getting to that point to where he's kind of getting worn down. Like, damn, I can't keep doing this every year. And I'm been disappointed with not even Mark Cuban, but just the Dallas Mavericks organization for not putting those pieces around Luka. Like, I think Kyrie, I think they should re-sign Kyrie. Obviously, they probably have to because of what they gave up, but build that team around those two and see what happens.
Yeah, I
Like
agree.
this team was not a great team before Kyrie got there. Even when they had Finney Smith and Spencer Dinwiddie, like obviously the defense took a hit. Offense is really good, but they just don't have that team around them. So what do you expect them to do? I did not expect them to be 11 seed. I'm not gonna lie to you. I would not say
Yeah,
I expected
yeah,
that, man. But to win a championship, I don't think anybody, well, at least me, I didn't expect them to go to the championship.
yeah.
I just hope this is kind of like an eye-opening experience to where they're like, all right, cool. We're gonna build this team around Luka. Obviously, we don't know how long Kyrie's gonna be there. He could sign I think it's like a 4-year extension or whatever, or a
Something
4-year
like that.
contract, whatever the case is. But like, no one expects Kyrie Irving to be happy for 4 years with the Mavs.
Yeah,
So let's start building around Luka because Luka could become unhappy and be like, damn, I want to leave. I want to trade. Because Luka seems, obviously, we don't know him personally, but he seems like I don't want to say a diva, but he seems like one of those guys that would, if he's unhappy, he's going to let you know.
yeah, for
So
sure.
I just want to see the Mavs get the situation rectified and corrected, man.
For sure, for sure, bro. Yeah, like you said, I definitely didn't expect them to be the 11th seed, especially all the way when there was the 4th seed. But I mean, like I said, bro, losing Dorian Finney-Smith, that's the guy that they threw on players like Kevin Durant, LeBron, even Devin Booker. Like he was guarding the opposite team's best player every single night. So losing a guy like that and someone that's willing to take a role, especially alongside Luka, and I was one of Luka's favorite teammates too. That's something a lot of people don't remember that Dorian Finney-Smith was loved by Luka. You know what I'm saying? I think that was probably his favorite teammate that he's played with since being in the NBA. So, I mean, I don't know. It sucks. And like you said, Luka has been carrying for years. So it's kind of hard for me to just put it all on him as well, too. But someone that also does deserve a little bit of blame is probably Mark Cuban, just because I feel like they have, like you said, they haven't really done the initiative of, making a decent team around Luka. You feel me? Like the best they've done was Kristaps Porzingis, and we all saw how that went. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, they got a lot to figure out this offseason, but hey, man, I guess we'll just see what the Mavericks end up doing by the end of the season.
All right, last but not least, man, we got the letter O, Dame Dollar, Damian Lillard. Um, Man, Mr. Clutch time.
God damn it, Dame.
Game time.
Dame time. Yep.
Um, I'm becoming frustrated, and I'm not even a Portland Trailblazers fan. I'm a fan of Damian Lillard, man. And we hear him talking about loyalty. I respect it, bro. I respect it, man. You stand on your morals. Much respect. But the Portland Trailblazers are not getting any better, and they're not getting any younger. Dame has been shut down for the season. And there was still like when he got shut down, there was still like 9, 10 games left to play, man. Cool. What is your thoughts on this situation?
Man, bro, just like you said, I'm not a Portland Trailblazers fan either, but it is kind of frustrating. And I mean, Taj, bro, you know how big I am on loyalty, but even this shit is getting ridiculous, bro. Like, I mean, damn, bro. Like, how much more can you take? You know what I'm saying? Like at this point, bro, I've seen a lot of people on like Reddit and shit like that just talk about how maybe it's not even loyalty at this point. Maybe it's just because they're throwing him a bag and it's just unrefusable. You feel me? But at the same time, I just feel like
Dame,
Dame
I
isn't
don't know. Yeah, Dame don't. He don't seem built like that. He don't seem
exactly same. Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to say. He just don't feel like that type of dude to just sell his soul for strictly a couple, $100 million. But at the same time, that would be a lot of money to turn down. But Man, it just sucks to see, bro. He's 31, 32, 33 in that range. And like you said, he's not getting any younger as it is. It just sucks. I would like to see him go to a competitive team, not a super team. And I feel like that's something Dame needs to understand is there's a difference between going to a team where you have a chance to win a championship, and then there's a difference between a team that you're going and you're the ultimate favorite to win the championship. You feel me? So I just feel like even if he kind of like, got Kevin Durant to maybe come to Portland before the trade deadline, something like that would have been good. Or maybe he goes somewhere else this season. Maybe the Bucks lose Chris Middleton and Damian Lillard plays with Giannis. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. I just feel like Dame has to just make a career-altering decision. Like, do you want to be known for the guy that was loyal his whole career, or do you want to be known for, being one of the clutchest point guards of all time, but also having a ring on top of all the stuff you've done? You know what I'm saying? Like, Dame is an all-time great player just due to the stuff he's done on court, but that's the only thing he's missing is that ring. And as someone who doesn't believe in the ring, obviously you want a ring. Rings are great. That's what you play for. But I feel like it's not the end-all, be-all. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of great players that haven't won rings, but Dame, you don't want to become one of those players. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to become a Charles Barkley. You don't want to become potentially a CP3.
Yeah, play with no ring.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, and my last thing I'm going to say is I seen him say something on the JJ Redick podcast. They were going back and forth, and they were talking about like, you want to win a ring, but at the same time, you want to, at the end of your career, you want to feel happy with what you've done with yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to feel like you've maximized your capability as a player. You feel me? Regardless if you want a ring or not. So, at the end of the day, I think Dame's going to be satisfied with his career no matter how it ends. But at the same time, I just feel like, like you said, we're all fans of Dame. I just don't want to see him be one of those players where it's like, damn, only if he had a ring to solidify his legacy. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's pretty much just how I feel about it, though.
Bro, everything you just said was spot on, man. But, like, I just feel like, Dame, bro, give yourself a chance.
Yeah.
Like, if the Trailblazers were building towards something, or like, okay, cool, we about to make this move, or we're saving up draft picks so we can make this move, or we're gonna bring this guy in. It's not even that, bro. It's just kind of like complacency, bro. Y'all are just the same team every year, and then since CJ left, the team is not even really competitive, bro. Like, we're talking about a 13 seed, and I seen him come out as Dame said he should still be all pro. Like, bro, I feel like you're one of the greatest point guards ever. And like a lot of people, they feel like Steph Curry is like much better than him and stuff like that. I feel like Steph is obviously Steph, but like he's on that level. He's on that level. If he heats up, bro can give you 60, he can give you 70. We've seen him score 70 this season, man. So
yeah,
I'm really like disappointed that Dame's not even really trying to give himself a chance. Like, we're not saying, because we know a lot of people, he doesn't have a ring, he sucks. It's not even that, bro. It's just give yourself a chance to win the ring. You feel me? Like, put yourself on a team that's competitive. We're not saying go to the Celtics and make a super team. Like, bro, you could go to the Knicks. You could go to the what's the team? The Heat. If you go to the Heat, bro, that's instant contender, bro. We think y'all could compete for a championship. Don't just like sell yourself short and stay on a team that's not even trying to get better. They're not even forget competing, bro. They're not even trying to get better or upgrade their team. Like, that's a rebuilding team. Like, sure. I think he built up enough equity with Portland for them to even, like, him and Portland to sit down and try to come up with a team or a trade that can get him to a contender. You know, and I feel like the Portland fans are going to be forever grateful for that, man.
Yeah, real shit.
You put in a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, bro. You grew up there. You built the community up, man. You did your thing. Like, bro, they're always going to have love for you. You're always going to have love for that community, bro. So I don't see any issue with him, you know, really saying.
In the jungle like I'm Conan, count over both hands. Switch the flow like it was broken. I'm on the road, man. Making plays just like DeRozan. I shoot my shot, and that shit wetter than the ocean. I brag a lot, but with the wind and come the boasting. I made a lot from them apartments that I sold in. He didn't make it up to college, so them streets where he enrolled in. I know I'm a scholar from the moments that I was exposed in.